Hello and welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Did you know most people who want to sell a house before paying off the mortgage don't know where to start? They are thinking, how do you sell a house before paying off the mortgage? How much equity should you have in your house before selling? What is the cost of selling a house? And what happens to all that interest they were supposed to pay over the next 15, 20, or 30 years? So is it possible to sell a house before paying off the mortgage? Is that what you'd like to know? Well, you're in luck, because that's today's topic, which we'll get into right after this. Hello and welcome. I'm Bob Weibrecht, Missouri licensed realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty Gundaker in St. Louis, Missouri since 2002. On this channel, I strive to provide my viewers with useful insights and tips on the residential real estate market. If this is something you want to hear more about, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when a new video is released. I publish a new video every Wednesday and you don't want to miss a thing. Now on to the reason why you're here. Can you sell your house before paying off the mortgage? The short answer is yes. You can sell your home even if the mortgage is not paid off. In fact, this happens numerous times a day all across the nation. Next to refinancing a mortgage, selling a house is the most common way to pay off a mortgage. So why do people want to sell their houses and move? The short answer is life happens. It could be because of a job change, a job loss, moving closer to the job, moving away for the job. There is also school for the kiddos, closer to parks and recreation. There are as many reasons for moving as there are, well, whatever you want to compare it to, fill in the blank. Did you know that according to the National Association of Realtors 2020 profile of home buyers and sellers, home buyers expect to live in their homes for a median of 15 years, while 21% said they were never moving. That sounds great, doesn't it? Well, reading further into the report shows that home sellers in 2020 had a median tenure of only 10 years. A little bit different, isn't it? But moving all starts with a good solid reason why. What is your why for selling your house? So how do you sell a house before paying off the mortgage? The first thing you should do is determine how much equity you have in your house. Equity is the amount of money you have in your house after the selling expenses, including a mortgage payoff if necessary, is subtracted from your house's fair market value. How do you find out what the fair market value of your house is? And while we're on the subject, what is fair market value? Those are really great questions, and I'll answer the fair market value first. Fair market value is the price of an asset when both the buyer and the seller have a reasonable knowledge of that asset. They are willing and not pressured to trade on the open market. Fair market value is simply a selling price for an item to which a buyer and a seller can agree upon. There are three common ways to find out what fair market value of your house is. They are: 1. Use an online home valuation website for their guesstimate. If you check several of these, you will find that they typically give you different amounts on each side and or a range of values. Many in my industry agree this is not a good source of information for the consumer. 2. Contact a local appraiser to have an appraisal done. There is usually a fee associated with this, which may be anywhere from $350 to over $500. Or you can contact a local real estate professional to run a comparative market analysis, or CMA. They should advise the type of market that is existing when the CMA is run. There are three types of markets. 1. A seller's market, which favors the seller, typically meaning higher sell prices. 2. A balanced market, which equally favors the buyer and the seller. And 3. A buyer's market, which favors the buyer, typically meaning lower sales prices. Each market may affect the amount of your equity or net proceeds after the sale differently. The real estate professional may provide you with what is known as an estimated net proceeds sheet. On this document, they will deduct the common expenses or the cost of selling from the estimated market value. These expenses may include, but not be limited to the mortgage payoff balance, real estate taxes owed, seller's closing costs including title fees, closing costs to be paid by the seller for the buyer, municipal occupancy inspection fees, transfer taxes if required in your state, and of course, the real estate commission. So how much equity should you have in your home before selling? Ideally, you should have enough equity to cover the cost of selling if possible. A positive balance after deductions from the estimated value of your home means that you're probably in good shape to sell. If you find you have a negative equity balance after this calculation, you may want to re-examine your reason or your why for selling. There are two common resolutions here if you need to sell. One, you as a seller would be required to make up the difference. Or two, you could talk with your mortgage lender about a short sale. This means that the mortgage lender will take less than what is owed on the home after the sale, provided their requirements are met. The details of a short sale go beyond the scope of this video. If you'd like to learn more, check back. I may do a future video on it, or you can check with our friend Google. One important note, the estimated net proceeds is just that, an estimate. It starts with an estimated market value on your home. The actual market value of any house is only what a ready, willing, and able buyer will pay for it. Okay, you're thinking, that all sounds great to me, but what happens to the interest to be paid over the next 15, 20, or 30 years? There's no way I can handle that tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars of interest payments. The good news is that you're not responsible for the interest because the mortgage was paid off. Sounds great, doesn't it? Now you know it is possible to sell your home before paying off the mortgage. You are aware of what equity is, what the cost to sell is, and what happens to the mortgage interest once the loan is paid off. I hope this was useful and informative for you. For more information, watch this video next. How to sell and buy a house at the same time. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and as always, make it a great day.